So many kind of new people to the roster and stuff like that. How are y'all gelling together during the off season, and how do you kind of come together as a team with so many newcomers?
So that was a huge question, especially like we have 5 freshmen and then 2 transfers, so that's a lot of people when it comes to 5 veterans. But I feel like, off the court wise, we hang out with each other all the time. This past week we went to Boone for a retreat, went hiking, went to a haunted house. It was fun. So just spending time with everybody and getting to know everybody on a different level than just basketball is a key thing to our team.
Do you open with Charlotte? Is that who you open with?
I think Catawba. That's our exhibition. Catawba's our exhibition. Our first game is Charlotte.
Yeah, Catawba.
Anything about them yet? Do you know anything about them at all?
So obviously we played them last year, so we know a couple people that's been on there. So I think we'll be fine. We haven't went up with the scout yet, just because we go one game at a time, one step at a time. So that's how we're going this year.
You guys get to host Connecticut. How cool is that?
Oh, that's awesome. I think that's fun. It's going to be fun. I think the home court advantage is always fun, so I think it's going to be cool to see, the fans get really excited, finally.
What has the team chemistry kind of been like this year? Having 5 freshmen.
It's been fun. Everybody's got different personalities. Some are really, really bashful. Some are really social, and it's funny to see how we all, connect together in some type of way. It's really cool to see that, for sure.
Last year, I was, sixth man of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And now this year, I think she's going to be asked to obviously do a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
She said how nice it was to maybe get off being point guard and get on the wing and score. What are you expecting out of her? What have you seen out of her? And is she going to have to carry you guys?
So I think when she does play point guard, she can really distribute the ball really well. And obviously she can shoot, she can score, so it kind of gives us a little bit of breathing room as guards. So I like it. I think that obviously her being on the wing as well gives Zoe a chance to come in, Zoe Brooks to come in and really show what she can give. And obviously being with the other Mimi and me and Isaiah James and River, just all of us as a team is going to be, especially she's a big factor. So
What have you seen out of Zoe? She mentioned that it's a big weight off her shoulders if Zoe can come in and be the point guard of this team.
Yeah, she just got to focus. Freshman, that's enough said. Really, freshman, you just got to come in. She's really, really talented. I think that's the big thing about her. She's just so talented. I think she just hasn't realized how talented she really is. Once she scratches that surface, it's to the sky.
You guys saw that right away? You saw that right away?
I never seen her play until she came to NC State. So when I watched her practice and how she carried herself in practice, I think she's gonna be a huge key too as well. Just because opening up for not just for Sanaya but for us as well, guards. So I think that'd be exciting to see her this year.
You guys have obviously had a tradition here at NC State with 3 straight conference titles, 6 straight tournaments, I think. What's it going to take to kind of keep that going?
Still having the same goals. We all got to want the same thing. We all got to work as hard as we can to get to what we need to get. And I feel like we are that ACC caliber championship team is the same as when I was on the 3rd championship team. I think we are going to do better than what we did last year for sure. We just got to stay focused and push through. And obviously, Coach Moore being our leader and our head coach, we'll be just fine.
What did you guys learn about yourself the most, after last year?
I think coming together is our biggest thing. It was a lot of I would say we didn't really come in. It was just a lot of injuries, and then it was just a lot of stress throughout that whole, because it was just really inconsistent. We should have lost the games that we have lost, and then we won games that were really, really big that we probably should have lost. But I feel after that, I feel like just being a team and being together through everything is what we found for sure. Being tough mentally.
Does that help going into this year?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think obviously having 5 veterans is a big key. I think just that's been here, that's played under Coach Moore at least 1 year. He's very intense, but he's a good coach for us. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Can you talk a little bit about just the way that, viewership, fan turnout has gone over the past few years? That whole game, it was away for you guys, but that game at Carmichael last year, first sellout, I think, for Carmichael Arena since 2015. mean, just tell me about, I guess, that experience on the court playing in front of those sellout crowds.
So I think, like looking at it, they've been, I had just came my sophomore year, so coming in and looking at like the fans, because I was coming off of not having fans at Mississippi State, so it was just a huge like, whoa, like this is a lot. But I don't think they realize like the fans is a really big part of like our wins, and they impact the game so much, especially at home. So I think it gives us a really big impact to the conference.
Do you think that helps with UConn being sold out?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a good game for sure. I think we're ready, and I think obviously we got to do our scouts and stuff. But I feel like once we stay focused and we push through it, especially being at home, it's going to be a good game.
You guys are playing here in this game again this year. What do you as a player and as this team, what can they get from playing in a high intensity tournament like that early in the season?
I think it could give us we play Virginia Tech later on, we play Notre Dame, we play the big teams that are really ranked, like top 15, top 25, and we're not ranked. So I feel like, playing against other people that are as good as us, I feel like that'll help us in the long run, especially us not being ranked. We have nothing to lose. And I feel like that just gives us a chip on our shoulder, and that we can go out there and win and, be competitive. Under Coach Moore is going to be great.
Is there also a team building aspect to it because you've got, 5-6 freshmen on this roster this year?
Yeah, so I was just talking about earlier that, we went to Boone this past weekend, have a retreat, connect with each other on different ways, went to Ohana House and all that type of stuff. So I think it was just good that we can connect with our freshmen as well. Even though we're so much older than them, it's good to see that we can all connect as a team.
Madison, Coach mentioned a lot about the camaraderie this year compared to last year. Just what differences have you seen early on?
So with who is that?
Just the incoming freshmen and kind of the whole team gelling together.
Yeah, so with the freshmen, it's a lot of freshmen. It's a lot of different personalities. Seeing that, they came in ready to go, ready to focus, which I could say the difference was for me. Like, I didn't, I was just trying to experience college. But, for them, they were ready to go. Maddie Cox, all of them. Zoe's going to be a huge part. Lacey's going to be a huge part. Every single one of them are. They're really good, teammates, players. And I think off the court, we're all good, and we all connect with each other.
Have you seen a little more chemistry at this point compared to last year?
Absolutely. I think that we talk about our goals a lot for this season, especially we talk about each game. We can't, we got a chip on our shoulder this year. We're unranked. I feel like we're dangerous this year, so I think it's good to see how we come out this year.